In this video, I'm going to show you how to extract this teddy bear from the background and actually paint the background white. We're going to do that using the Smart Selection brush and feathering, size, and we're going to make sure that our mode is add so that everything comes up. Tolerance doesn't really make too much difference at this point, since and you'll see what I mean. So once this is selected, we simply draw around the area that we want to extract. And there it is. It's all selected. Now, with that said, there are some pieces in here that I don't particularly care for. For example, the space between the teddy bear's legs here, space over the ears, up in this area around in here, perhaps by the arm here. So what I'm going to do is switch from the Smart Selection brush to the Freehand Selection brush, and then change the mode from add to remove. Then what I'm going to do is zoom in a bit, and I'm just going to draw around the area that I don't want. You can see how it moved out, and again draw around the area that I don't want. Okay, draw around the area that I don't want. And it looks like a little bit there as well. Okay, and maybe just a little too much fluff down in this area. I'm getting a little edgy on that. Anyway, so down up in this area right in here. And that looks, well, let's get some up in this area here as well. Okay, that looks pretty good at this point in time. Now, if we were to simply take that out, we get all of this brown area up in here, and it wouldn't look very good. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to go to the selection. We're going to invert the selection, which selects everything other than the teddy bear at this point. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to, on my keyboard, I'm going to press the delete key. And notice that I've still got pieces of the ear and the fuzz around here that's part of the image that I want to keep. So I'm going to do a select none at this point in time. And now we're going to go through and clean up a little bit. So down in here, there may be a little bit more to remove there. So I'm going to click add, because now what I'm doing is I'm adding a selection to remove. So I'll go in here and draw around this brown area right in there and press delete, and there it is. See, same thing up in this area right here, a little too much of that dark area. Then I'll press delete, get a little bit good. And notice that there's a little tuft of hair right up in there. I think I'll leave that alone for right now. And again, I'm going to do a select none at this point in time. Now, if you look at it, the edges are still a little raggedy right in through here. And I would like to have it as smooth as possible. So I'm going to go down to my soften brush, set my size at 5, hardness at 21, step 10. You can play with that to get the look you want. But then I'll start up here and just simply draw around the edges. And what that's doing is it's smoothing out those ragged pixelizations that come from the deleting and the selections. So we'll just continue to do that. And I'm only going around the very edge of it, so don't want to affect anything on the inside. I want people to be able to see the details. And the edges are not all that critical to that, as long as people can see the edges and the fuzz and the fur and things like that. I'm good with that. Again, come up and through here and around the ear this way. And now what I've got is a pretty good image right there. So now what I'm going to do is zoom in, or zoom out rather. I'm going to go to my crop tool, and I'm going to basically draw a crop, try to get it as even as possible, a little bit this way, a little bit this way, like that. Then I'll double click, and there I have it. And now I can save that, change the background to anything I want. If I wanted to get rid of that little tuft of hair up there, for example, again, I could go to my freehand tool, do it, and add in there, and just kind of draw around that, and delete. And notice it's a little bit smoother there. If I want to get a little bit more in some edges, notice I can do that. Control Z, and select none if I got a little too much. That's a little better, yep. And maybe this little piece right down in here. And maybe this little piece right up in here, just to make it as pretty as I can. And again, select none just so I can see everything. Maybe that little piece right there, just to get it a little bit smoother. And if you zoom in like I did, you can see that it's actually a much smoother image. There's what it looks like at 100%. And if you save that, people could see it. And you can change the background to anything you wanted to at that point in time. Just simply do a select magic wand, selects the entire background. Now, again, you can use the freehand tool to unselect the things that you don't want or change the tolerance. For example, let's say our tolerance is a little too high at 20. Let's bump it up to 5. And if you click in the select, that's a little bit better. And now what I can do is I can use my paintbrush. If I wanted to paint that, say a gradient, and there we go, like that. And now I can do a select none, and you can see the various things that you can do with that. Anyway, I hope you liked the video. If you did, please do some comments and let me know what you liked, what you didn't like, and I'll see if I can get something else going for you.